Hello, this is Yiggs, and this is my review on what. No, it's not. Well, yeah, it's what I think, what I feel about the new Halloween 2018. And it's quite interesting because I've written loads of post-it notes to sort of. Because I do ramble a lot. So if you can't be arsed listening to my rambling, what do I think of the film? Unfortunately, I think the homage, which were brilliant, made me feel like I was watching two films. One was a basic remake of the original Halloween, but set in present day, or maybe not even present day. I'd say probably about the 80s, 90s. And another film that is what this film really should have been about. So yeah, that's my review. That is it. I'm done. So you can click off now. That is it. If you want to listen to my usual babble, then by all means stay. Okay, so where do we start? Yeah, I genuinely, now I've watched it, unfortunately I watched it in 2 hours. I usually like to watch the film and take notes as I'm watching it, which is why usually it takes me ages to watch a film, because I'm writing notes and then I miss something, so I got to rewind it. And I did. The second half of the film, I was taking notes. I'm trying to look at them now, and they're just all over the place. Yeah, the reason why I couldn't watch it in a whole sitting, which is what I like to do, and I'm talking as if I've done film reviews before. I haven't. I've never done one. I've always wanted to, so this is something I might want to do. Anyway, let me see. Why do I think the homages made it? Well, basically, the first half of the film, I thought the intro was very clever. I thought that was really cool. Because let's not forget what we're looking at here. We're looking at a follow-up to a classic, a film that is in a lot of people's minds. One of the masterpieces of horror. The filming, the everything about the whole thing was just amazing, brilliant. And we've had a lot of sequels, and I'm sorry if people disagree, but I actually quite a lot of sequels. A lot of them were just looking back was dire. But I can't. It's like the Star Wars saga. I mean, I've watched all of them now, even the Rogue One and Solo. And do you know what? I like each of them. I think they're all fantastic. But I can do another video on that. But I mean, going back to the Halloween, I loved. It was expected. As soon as first things first. If you haven't seen the new Halloween 2018, stop listening to this video. God, well, it's not even a video; it's an audio. Stop listening to it. Alright, because I'm going to spoil shit for you. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, please go and see it, have your opinion, then come back and listen to mine. Okay? Thank you. I thought the beginning was sort of Silence of the Lambs. I mean, I tell you what, there was in my opinion, there was so many homages. Mostly to the original Halloween, even to the bit. And now, I mean, I could be wrong on this because I really should sit and watch the original again. But I just wanted to get this out while it was fresh in my head. But even to where he gets his knife, because obviously, if you've seen this, you'll know he gets a hammer to begin with. But the woman that's cutting the meat, so he gets it. It's the same as the original. It was a woman, she was doing her husband a sandwich. And yeah, so that's really cool. But the thing that annoyed me about that shot is if you see the way that Michael goes into the house, you can obviously see there's a table, and this is just me being picky, so you can fast forward it. But you can obviously see there's a table there, okay? So he's gone in at one side of the table, and you hear the but then a chair from the other side of the table falls down, okay? I mean, yes, I suppose he could have took her to the other corner of the room and beaten her, and possibly, but then would he really waste his time to walk back and then come back out the same side of the table that he went in? I don't know, is that me being picky? But that was just one bit that annoyed me. So, yeah, the homages are really good, but unfortunately the whole Halloween bit, the whole outdoor bit, when he was going from house to house doing the killings, we had the phone call between the babysitter and the other babysitter. It was so... the whole feeling was like the original. So that is the half, you know, that is not the half, obviously, but it was spattered between... basically, the whole film, to me, was a complete spatter of remaking the original in its entirety, but have it set in present day, which I think they did brilliantly. For instance, in the original, there's not that many kids out in the streets for the scenes, you know, when he's... but in this one, there was loads of kids in the streets, and it was bustling. You hear conversations going on between people going to parks, so that it was very lively, so it was very now. So I thought that was really good. So, you know, and there was lots of parts in this film that were so classic homages to the original. But I just think that when you go from the original feeling of this is a boogeyman, and he goes off and does these things, you then switch then to, you know, we're then, instead of looking at a remake of the original, we're then forced to look at a film that's 40 years later. So then we've got to remember the original, which then makes us look at what we've just been watching and think, is it really? It's basically the... anyway. So then now we've got to go 40 years in the future. But then they oh man, you see, this is the bit of the film that really pissed me off, and it really pissed me off, right? Because Steven Spielberg, right, the guy's a fucking genius. He did E.T., he did Jaws, closing, I can't, you know, Schindler's List, the fucking end, the list is endless. But then, right, he must have took one Viagra too many, right? And please don't sue me for this, Steve, but you really must have, on the night that you decided to just try and remake War of the Worlds, and call it War of the Worlds, but then bring out the shit that it was. It was just so horrible, and the thing that annoyed me more about it is the way you try... I mean, if you look at Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, completely different kettle of fish. Completely different kettle of fish. Absolutely amazing film. And it still kept the sort of the taste of the original, you know, but it was his view of what that film, and that was fucking amazing. Whereas War of the Worlds, oh man, I don't even want to go there, but that's what... where am I going with this now? Because I really do lose my track. But yeah, that was it. So then we go into the 40 years later, right? Okay. So how does Michael appear in this new universe? How are we going to get him from the hospital that he's been kept for 40 years? How are we going to get him back to... oh, hang on. Now, hang on. Now... this might be a long shot, this might be sort of stepping on cringy, but why not have him being transferred? Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. We've done that before. Yes, I know. But instead of it in an ambulance, let's have it that there's more than him being transferred. This will play out for a little really good red herring that was quite early on. I'm saying quite early on. It was 40 odd minutes before he even put the mask on, which I thought was really good. But unfortunately, it mixes the two elements of a remake of the original and a 40 years in the future version, which unfortunately just steals so fucking much from the original. This is where the homages just get stupid. right? So this time, we don't have him being transferred on his own. No, we have him and many other psychotic prisoners all being transferred, okay? And then, why was this clever? It wasn't, because it was just no, come on, seriously. I would sooner have all the rest of the cast come to the fucking mental institution and have it all kick off there. Because I think the way that it was done, it was just fucking wrong. And yes, okay, you know, it turns out it was the doctor. But then again, you never see any evidence the doctor actually caused the accident. But then again, you know, to be honest, by this point in the film, I was really struggling watching it. And I have to say that honestly, and I fucking love Halloween. I so wanted to love this film. I really did. So, you know, you've got the stealing bits and that, and it just fucking annoyed me. But one really good red herring, and I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I thought it was I really did. After I saw the scene, I thought, oh my god, that was amazing. Was the scene in the garage, when the first scene, the escape's now happened and he's now out in the wild, and I thought it was so fucking clever. And this is why you needed the more than one prisoner to have escaped, for this to have worked. But it was so fucking clever. You had the two characters that actually started the film off that really provoked his memories, you know, whatever. And they'd stopped at this garage, and you've got her disappearing, going to the toilet, whatever she was fucking doing. And then you had him putting petrol in the car. And then just in the fucking fuzz of the background, you saw a pickup truck, not a pickup truck, like a four-wheel drive thing, pulling up. And it was so out of focus, right? And then you saw someone getting out of, or not getting out of it. Maybe they were getting out of it or they walked past it. I think, whatever. But you saw someone in a white fucking, you know, gown, walking past him, and you think, Jason, there's not Jason, shit, sorry. And well, you'll probably understand later on why I just slipped there with the Jason bit. So you suddenly think, oh shit, Michael, he's right behind you, right? Because don't forget, the last time we saw him, he was in a white, so, and then the next scene is she's gone to the toilet now, so she's in the toilet, and she sat there, and then you hear the door opening, ooh, ooh. And then the footsteps, right? Oh. But, and this was the fucking, honest to God, I should be a movie maker. I really should. Because I thought this was genius, right? Because I'm sat watching this, right? And the one thing that went through my mind, and I really hope he meant this, and I hope it went through everyone's mind when they saw the scene, is hang a fucking bout. Especially when you see the shoes, you see the boots, and you see the fucking, the tank, oh, what's it called, what they wear in garages, the all-in-one thing, the fucking, I shouldn't do these videos when I've had a smoke, I really fucking shouldn't. What are they called? Anyway, you know what I mean, the garages, they wear them, right? And so she's sat on the toilet, which is scenes we've seen before, which I'll explain that. And then you see the big fucking boots and the classic Michael Myers suit thing that I can't fucking remember. Anyway, so you see that and you think, whoa, hang about, come on. We've literally just seen your fucking mate outside, and we've just seen Michael walk past him. There is no, so then you think, oh, this is a red herring. This is a fucking red herring. And then he drops the teeth and you think, hang the fucking about, this is, nah. And then you realise it's Jason. That was amazing, because it was only at that point when it all clicked. It was like, oh, so that's why you needed the fucking van to crash with more than one. So that, you know, thumbs up. I really hope that was the way he wanted that scene to play out, because that's the way I interpreted, you know. And I thought that was very clever. But unfortunately, you know, I could go on with this forever. I mean, I've got loads of notes written about little things in it that just, you know. But the honest truth of it, for me, it was really like watching two films. It was like watching a remake of the original set in present day, which in itself would have been great. But then you've got this other side story where we're supposed to believe it's 40 years later. And there was a lot of that was clever. You know, I'm trying to think. I'm really, because honest to God, after a scene later in the film where she walks up, Laurie Strode, she got everyone in the house, and she comes up to this, and it's a fucking, it's a wardrobe like the original film, and it's like, oh come on, the homages now, enough, give it up, mate, seriously, this is like a fucking one of those scary movies when they literally take the piss out of the movie. It's almost like you're taking the piss out of the original. You're putting so much in it that is blatantly from the original, and it's like, come on, seriously, you're a better filmmaker than that. Well, there again, I didn't like the other film he did. I can't remember what it's called now. I don't even know if it was him, John Carpenter. Did he do that one with the blue things? That fucking... See, I don't even want to say the name in case I'm so wrong. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, I think I am so wrong. I don't think he did that. Hang on. No, he did. Oh, I don't fucking... Anyway, the point being, you know, it could have been 2 really good films. You could have come out and said, you know what? I don't like any of the sequels that you've done. You know, I want to remake my film again. But I want to remake my film, and I'm going to set it in present day. If you'd done that and kept that part of the whole film and just concentrate on that, it would have been fucking spectacular. I tell you now, it would have been amazing, because you would have had and it was still in the movie. If you've watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The kills, the photography, everything was still the 1978. I think, I can't remember now, and I really should have heard, found that out. But it was still that. And it still had that slight essence of, of this present day. But I don't know. So the final verdict. Where did I write the final? I have written notes everywhere. But to be fair, like I say, that's it really. It's just, in my opinion, it's 2 films sort of like really badly put together, and that is I hate to say it, but unfortunately, I just think the homages was too much, even to the point where Strode gets knocked out, where she gets thrown off the fucking roof again. Like in the H2O, where she, where he comes through the door. I mean, oh come on, seriously, the whole film was like homage, little couple of minutes, homage, like I honestly thought when they first took shots at him at the beginning, Laurie Strode and the copper from the first one, when they shot bang 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 bang, I thought, I shit you not, if they fucking shoot 6 fucking shots or 8 shots, I should really watch the original again, but it's been years. But if they shoot that many shots, that will be one. I was going to stop watching it right there and then. I really was. But like I say, unfortunately, it's just like 2 films mashed together. So either rewind time and make 2 separate films. Make the remake of the original, which was amazing. I mean, it was a classic horror film. And set it in present day, and then later on make the 40-year after one, and cut out all the, oh man. Anyway, that's me, so I'm done. This video is not going to go on for fucking hours, because I can't be arsed. So that was what I felt of the new Halloween 2018. But unfortunately, as we're all stuck in the same sort of world now, will I buy it for my collection? Fuck yeah, of course I'll buy it for my collection. One more point. This was the point. I should have read my notes, because there was lots of points, but this one stood out to me, and this is why I confused him with Jason earlier. They remade Jason, Friday the 13th, and they did what they tried to do with Freddy, and don't even get me, because Freddy, to be honest, I was never really a Jason fan. I'm sorry, Jason, please don't hack me, but I really wasn't. And it was through my ex-wife that I now own the collection of the entirety. And now I've watched them over time, and for me, I know people are gonna put thumbs down on this, but for me, I love Jason X. I just love that one. The rest of them, Jason Takes Manhattan. He never fucking went to Manhattan. It was fucking silly. but for the day, you know, there was a lot of things in the film. Now I've watched them many times. You know, so I've sort of he's sort of grown on me as Jason. I was always a Freddy guy. I think for me, it was a girlfriend that I had when I was 16. I went back to her place, and she said, "Oh, I've got this film. You got to watch this film." And it was Nightmare on Elm Street, and it really, you know. And then I watched the sequel with her because the sequel had, you know, come out. I've always been a Freddy fan. I love Freddy. I like his darkness. I like his... I don't know. There's just so much about him that, you know, for me, he was my horror. But I have to say, Michael Myers takes a very, very fucking... I mean, a minute hair second. The thing I love about Michael, and this is what annoyed me about this film, and it's the thing that I sort of grew to love about Jason. Unlike Freddy is very lively, Freddy is very here and now, in your dreams, blah, blah, blah. Whereas Jason and Michael are very quiet, very silent. They don't fucking say shit. They just come in, they do their shit, they move. You know? Very slow, very methodical. But unfortunately, when they remade Friday the 13th, for some reason, Jason, and unfortunately in this one with a scene with the police car where it just suddenly appeared and there was bodies in it, and then suddenly someone came out thinking it was a copper, and then he's knocking on the door, and then he opens the door and there's dead bodies in there, and then Jason comes up, see, I did it again. Michael comes up behind it. For me, he went from boogeyman to fucking genius. Same with Jason in the remake of Friday the 13th. You know, he thought, you know, it was just, like, even the scene in I mean, I only watched the remake of Halloween, the remake of, see, I keep getting them mixed up, because to me, that's the thing that really, really lets them down. You take an icon, I mean, you know, if Freddy tells a joke, people don't bat an eyelid, because that's what Freddy does. He's sarcastic, he's evil. But, you know, the guy saying, "Oh, Michael, talk, say something, please." It's like, oh, fuck off. You know, it'd be like Chucky wearing fucking stilts. It's just, no, Chucky's a midget. Sorry, midgets, but Chucky's a little tiny fucking guy, you know? Some things should be just left as they are. And, you know, we have learned that Michael and Jason, there's one thing that they have, and one thing only, and that is a killing passion. They kill for whatever reason. Another thing, now again, I should have watched the other films to sort of make this clear in my head, but it's from something that I heard from it, which was that because of a line that the children, these kids walking down the street, again, very much homage to the original with the three girls originally walking down the street, and they're talking about her nana and blah, 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 and they, you know, oh, brother and sister, oh, no, that was just a rumour, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, if that was just a rumour, then why the fuck is Michael going after Laurie Strode? What is the point? I mean, seriously, I might be wrong on this, I might have missed it. Like I said, I haven't watched them for a long time. But I've always thought Michael is after, you know, Laurie Strode, and then, you know, in other versions of the film, he's always gone after a family member, which is connected to his sister, Laurie Strode. So, to suddenly say, oh no, they're not brother and sister, don't be silly, no. Then, why is he running? Hello. And I'm sure if I'm wrong, people will tell me in the comments. But then again, no one ever says shit on my videos in the comments, so I'm not really expecting much action. So yeah, this is my feelings on Halloween, the remake 2018. And that's me gone. So, goodbye.